Today on Real Ghost Stories Online, the closer she got to moving out, the more active the apartment became. Was something trying to keep her there or make sure she actually left?
Welcome to Real Ghost Stories Online. Call in your real ghost story now at 855-853-4802 or write in at realghoststoriesonline.com. You're about to enter the world of the unknown and quite possibly the undead. This is Real Ghost Stories Online.
Well, thank you very much for listening. And remember, if you have a real ghost story, we do love to hear them. So call it in, 855-853-4802, or write it down at realghoststoriesonline.com. Hit subscribe wherever you're listening. We are also now on the YouTube, so you can listen and or watch there. And we do have a special guest today. I'm Carol Hughes. Todd. Sorry, Todd, you're not the special guest.
That's fine.
The special guest is Lisa Hale.
Hi.
With the emphasis on special.
Yeah. Special girl. Todd,
No,
you
he
could be
means
the special guest.
I'm special.
Oh, that's sweet. Todd can be the special guest on the next episode, I guess.
Remember in the 70s and 80s, it would be like Barnaby Jones, and it would be like they would list off all of the guest stars, and the last guest star would be the special guest star.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the really important one.
Yeah, I'm like the special guest star.
Yes, and you could be a special guest star with a recurring role.
Barnaby Jones, a Quentin Martin production, starring Barnaby. I love that show.
I can't believe you remembered a Quentin Martin production.
How could I not? I mean, that right there is everything.
I don't remember that kind of stuff. That was really good.
I don't go too far because I just have to think about where it's at. I actually have the intro of that freaking show here someplace.
You like handily have that somewhere because you like to listen to it sometimes?
Probably.
It's actually a really good song. I'm not going to lie to you. Barnaby Jones, a Quentin Martin production with Barnaby Jones, Lee Merriweather, Mark Shera, with guest stars Lisa Hale, Carol Hughes,
And
Tony
special
Bruschi,
guest.
with special guest star Todd Michaels. This week's episode, he's a handsome man. That's what it would be like.
That was
There was so much more. There was so much more drama in TV shows back then. We didn't have, social media. We didn't have reality TV shows, really, except for like Circus with the Stars and stuff like that, which we've talked about. But everything was really dramatic in TV back then. The theme songs, the intros, the announcers. I mean, think about like TV announcers from back in like the 30s and 40s. And they would literally say, they would talk like that. Barnaby Jones, that whole thing.
Barnaby Jones. Yeah, it was Barnaby Jones like
radio.
wasn't he the same guy who played Jed Clampett?
It
is.
is.
It the same guy? Okay.
Yeah. And he was supposed to be the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz.
But was allergic to the makeup.
Correct.
I do
Almost
kind of remember
died from
that.
it because it was originally a powder that they put on him, and he inhaled it, and it got in his lungs, an aluminum powder.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. I didn't realize it almost killed him.
Yeah, almost never got a Jed Clampett out of the guy or a Barnaby Jones. And the thing about Barnaby Jones that would make me laugh, he was like, I don't know, in his 70s at the time. And he's chasing criminals in their 20s and 30s. But by God, if he's running after him, he fucking caught him every time.
Well, and what versatility to go from Jed Clampett to Barnaby Jones.
Right?
That's pretty impressive.
I think so.
God dang. And I will say the Beverly Hillbillies, I think, is one of the worst shows ever.
I'm not a big
on
fan.
TV.
Not a big fan.
That one in Green Acres, I didn't love. But
well,
I did think that Ava Gabor was one of the most beautiful women I had ever seen.
I thought I had Green Acres in my stash, but I don't.
Ding, ding.
Well, you guys want to go right into a ghost story today?
I would love a ghost story today.
Like, I don't want to talk about Barnaby Jones anymore.
Damn it, that's all I want to do.
I'll talk about Barnaby Jones till the end of time, but I think our listeners...
I can't really talk about Barnaby Jones because all I remember is he's the same guy who played Jed Clampett, but I don't remember an episode or anything.
Barnaby Jones was a lawyer, right?
No, he was a private investigator.
Private investigator, okay.
Like Mannix. Was Mannix a private
He
investigator?
was, I believe, yes. So was Cannon. Remember Cannon? Same shows, just Cannon was huge.
Rockford Files,
Yep.
private investigator.
They had a real trend
Yeah.
back then. It's like, man, private investigator shows are really working these days. CBS has got one, ABC. We need one here at NBC. Mannix.
This is Jim Rockford at the tone. Leave your name and message. I'll get back to you.
This is Shirley from the bank. The answers are no, no, and yes. No, we won't loan you money. No, we won't accept any cosigners. And yes, your account's overdrawn. I get off at 4:30.
Now, I do have to ask before we go to this ghost story, because we have little hot buttons and stuff, and you can easily pull things up. But why do you have these so accessible?
Because
do you like to just
Todd-
listen to him, Todd?
He is the best producer you could possibly want on any show because for some reason he can find these things like that. He knows what he's doing.
She's not wrong.
I'm not wrong. and he's going to get the big head, but it is true. He's very, very good at what he does.
That's like Tony. He just all of a sudden we're talking about some boom, and he just starts playing. And I'm like, where did that come from? That's the perfect music for this little thing.
That
And
shit
who
rubbed
taught
off
Tony?
from me. Yeah, exactly. It's
Todd
my
taught
fault.
Tony.
And do you have on your computer like a little program where you have some hot buttons and
Oh, yeah.
you can they're all
yeah,
on
he
there,
does.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That explains it.
He's
Okay.
amazing.
Okay. Just because I'm curious, can you give us just a totally random other TV show?
Okay, hang on
And,
one second.
we're
Let
going
me
to see if we can guess what it is.
All right, well, this is easy. Ready? This is easy.
Here's the story.
Oh, that's easy. Brady
of a
Bunch.
lady who was bringing up three very
lovely girls. All of them
Marsha.
had hair of gold.
Marsha.
Like their mother. The youngest one in curls.
Can you do a harder one? Do you have it?
This is not that hard, but here's one for you.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your
Cheers.
name.
Cheers is correct. Yes. Oh,
I
I'm
love that
sorry,
you
what?
just happen to have those.
Yeah, I've got this is a great one too. Thursday nights, NBC, biggest show ever in the 80s.
This is like familiar, but
It's from the first season of The Cosby
Cosby Show.
oh,
Yep.
When you said Thursdays, I was like, oh, that's the Cosby Show led that.
Yeah,
I
they were
think
the
what
ones.
threw
And then
me-
there was Different World and all that.
Entertainment Tonight.
I was
You
just going to
got
say,
it,
is that
yes.
Entertainment Tonight?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Because I heard this thing once that if you get a song stuck in your head, any song, sing the theme to Entertainment Tonight, and the song will get unstuck from your head. So you got to da 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 da. So whenever I have a song stuck in my head, I sing that.
ABC.
Oh, this is Home Improvement, isn't it?
Home Improvement. Correct.
Wow,
Yes.
very good. Very good. I'd have never gotten that one.
Took me longer than it should have.
Not bad though.
I never really watched that show.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So that
A funny aside here. My brother, who is just like the greatest nerd in the world, would call me all during our adult lives, just random times in the middle of the night, and would just say, hey, let's play theme songs, and would play theme songs over and over and over. He got like a disc of TV theme songs or something. And he would be like, can you identify this one? And we do that all night long. Why? I don't know. It was before the internet.
And that's why Lisa's special.
I like no prizes.
Nope. Nope.
Just bragging rights.
Oh, Lisa, you bet you can't get this one. Oh, yes, I can. That's the
bring it on. Okay, well, now let's go to a ghost story.
Let's do that.
I wanted to share my story with you. I was living in an apartment. I had lived there for about 3 years, and I was getting married. So I was going to be moving in with my fiancé, well, then he'd become my husband, for about 3 months while we were waiting to move into our dream home that we currently live in now. And I started off in the apartment that I lived in by myself. No incidents, nothing was going on. About 6 weeks before I was supposed to move out, I had a lot of strange things that I could almost pass off as logical, like there's got to be a logical explanation for this happening. And the first incident that I remember was sitting on my steps, getting my boots on to go out in the snow, and I heard 3 distinct knocks on my front door, and they were not like in rapid succession. They were just like knock, knock, knock. And I just thought that was so odd. Who would do that? Who's at my door? I went and opened the door. There was nobody there. So I thought, okay, it has to be maybe a pipe or maybe another neighbor. But the neighbors that lived on either side of me were never, ever home. So I just thought, okay, that's very, very bizarre why that would happen. And then later on, it was more like lights flickering. One night I was getting ready for bed. I just fallen asleep, and my bedroom door, which I always closed, came open, almost like somebody pushed it open and then it closed again. And I thought, okay, that's got to be a draft. There's got to be something up there that is causing this to happen. There was no window or any draft, any vent around where my bedroom door going into my little hallway was. And I just thought that was so strange. Another incident, I was in the shower and washing my hair, minding my own business, and I noticed a shadow. It looked like it walked outside of my shower curtain. And I thought for a second that maybe my fiancé came in, because I would always tell him, just come in, don't startle me, just come in, do what you have to do, and go, wait for me. Because at this point, it was starting to get unnerving, where I knew I couldn't explain it away. So it really started to pick up. I was kind of afraid to tell him. I didn't want him to think I was crazy. I thought maybe it was excitement because I was getting ready to get married and move out pretty much all within a 2-week time period. So my last 3 weeks there, 2.5 weeks, I asked my mom and my sister to come stay with me. And of course they said that they would. And so my sister slept in the spare bedroom. My mom said that she would stay up in the living room, and she would stay in there until she got tired. Then she'd go in and lay down with my sister. So she was staying up one night, and she had the TV on, and she said that my television kept shutting off. So she'd get up, go turn it back on, and as soon as she'd lay back down, the TV would shut itself off again. And So she said she laid down and she said, whatever is shutting off the TV, can you please stop? I'm trying to watch a show and lay down. And it didn't happen again. And my sister, when she was sleeping in my spare room, she said she felt something tug on her sheets and thought it was my mom coming in to lay down with her, but there was nothing. There was nobody in the room, and I was in my room. And I just thought it was so unusual that all of this would start right before I was going to move out. I've never, ever had any incidents happen to me in this apartment at all. It was the most bizarre experience I ever had. So the day we were moving everything out, my husband, well, fiancé at the time, was getting the last box of stuff out, and he had to run out to the car real quick. And he said he'd gone back to the door, and my door was locked. It felt like it was open, but like somebody was standing on the other side of the door, holding the doorknob, not letting him in. And he said that he finally got in there, and there was a smell of like rotten meat, or like an animal had crawled into the wall and died. It was disgusting. It was just a disgusting smell. So he grabbed the box, came in. He didn't tell me about this until a little while later, and I just thought, how odd is that? But he said when he went back in and smelt that, he felt like something was really angry, and it was as if when all my stuff was out of there, the feeling and the demeanor of my cozy little apartment that I had enjoyed for such a long time took on its almost a life of its own. And I've never had anything happen since, but I thought you would like to hear my story. Thank you.
Oh, you guys, I have a theory.
Ooh, let's hear
I have
it.
a theory on this. So what if she's living in this apartment for a long time? There's a spirit that lives in the apartment and really, really likes her. Likes the fact that she's living there, just stays in the background, and is pissed off as soon as she gets engaged and is moving out.
I've got to train a whole new housemate.
Yeah. And then like the boyfriend locks him out when he forgets something, goes back, the door's locked, goes back, it smells rancid. Doesn't like the boyfriend because the boyfriend's taken away the good roommate. I don't know. That's a theory.
I have to tell you, that's not a bad theory.
Thanks.
I don't think it is at all. I think it's a good theory, as a matter of fact, because I think that intelligent hauntings do know who they are wrong word, but who they are existing in a space with, and either like that person or don't. And I feel that some hauntings increase because they do, or because they don't. Either way,
Because it all happened around the time she gets engaged and she's going to move out. And then that's when everything happened. And
like,
other people had experiences, so it wasn't just her.
And also, like, there's always this this underlying theme. People will tell you if they're remodeling their house or whatever, that paranormal stuff.
Changes in the house.
Carol, it's a really good point that maybe whatever was there, you're right, didn't want her to leave, was acknowledging the fact that she was going to be leaving. Maybe even didn't like the boyfriend for a reason.
Locked him out at the end. I don't know. As I was listening to that, I'm like, why would it ramp up when she's leaving? So it either wants her to, it sounds like I want you out, It's no longer a pleasant little apartment like it was. It just is like that breakup you have where it's like all of a sudden he gets really nasty, and it's like, I get why we're breaking up. We were just going to still be friends until you started acting like that. It's like, no, I don't think we can still be friends. That's how that spirit was acting. She
A little
wanted to
bit,
leave.
yeah, like-
she
like a
wanted to
little
leave
bit
as friends. You know, we can still get together from time to time, and it's
A little bit like a vindictive ex-lover. Yeah, I get that.
yeah.
Or like a best friend who doesn't say anything, and then when you finally decide you're going to make the step into getting married, they finally go, I have something I want to say about this person.
Lisa.
I didn't say
Lisa.
a word. I didn't say a word. I'm not saying a word.
Carol, you and I will talk when we see each other on Friday.
Poor Todd's heart. He's had to be my best friend for too long. I'm so sorry, Todd.
You wait till I tell you all the stories about failed, horrible, ridiculous relationships.
Ridiculous things. If I just listened to Todd my entire life, it would be so much better and so different.
And I wouldn't have any gray hair in my beard.
Oh,
This is true. I think we can pretty much number each one of his gray hairs as to something I've done.
that's a lot.
We've been friends for 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
Almost 30 now, Todd.
I know.
God. But yeah, it's bless his heart.
Bless his heart.
That's right. Nice Southern thing. Bless his heart. He don't know what he's doing.
Because that is kind of an insult, really. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Depends upon how it's said in the South. There is bless his heart. He's got a hard time ahead of him, and I'm so sorry that he's dealt with that. Then there's bless his heart, which is basically
Boy needs some help.
needs some help.
Yeah.
And then there's bless your heart, which means F you. So, you learn these things.
It's all in the inflection.
Well, I think
all
they
in
actually
the
have a class on it in school down there. They don't teach you much else in the South, but they do tell you about the different forms of bless
your heart.
Yeah.
And how you can use them interchangeably. It's all
Sentence.
inflection.
And how you can interchange bless your heart and how precious interchangeably for the same thing. So,
and they really don't mean what they're supposed to mean.
no.
Well, let's go to this ghost story.
Yes.
Hold on while I get it ready here for us. Okay.
This is Sean from Georgia. I was calling about a retirement home that I worked at about 30 years ago. I was there one night because it's a 12-hour shift, so I had to work from 7 to 7, but instead of me working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., I worked from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. this time, filling in for someone. And after dinner time, after we have fed all the residents and everything, we have to set up the utensils and the glasses for breakfast in the morning. So I was sitting in the dining area, fixing up the utensils and everything, when I heard someone say, "Are you finished?" And I was looking like, who is that? Because I thought I was the only one. Because at nighttime, it's just me and the lady that passed the medicine. I heard that. I was like, who is that? Then I kind of figured, it might be a resident's family member or something. So I just continued on with what I was doing and, got finished and started up everything. Then I heard it again. It sounded like a male voice, and he said, "Oh, I see you finished." And I looked up, and it was this guy in overalls, a long sleeve plaid shirt. He had a hat on, and I looked and I was like, "This doesn't look like a resident." And he looked like he could be a resident, but I was like, "This isn't a resident." So I was like, "Yes, I'm done." Then he was like, "Okay," and he walked away. So I'm walking towards where he was walking to, like I have to look around the corner to see, and I look. It would take a minute for him to even get to another corner. And I said, "There's no one there." So I was kind of, brushing it off or whatever not. And the night medicine lady, I asked her, I said, "Do you know about a guy he had on some overalls and a long sleeve plaid shirt. Do you know if he's a resident here? If someone new come in, I didn't know. Y'all didn't tell me. And she said, "Oh no, that's the a resident that used to live here. You know, he passed away 2 years ago." I was like, "What the hell?" You know, like, are you sure? You know, I was kind of confused. First, I was thinking she was playing because, you know, we play tricks on each other. She was like, "No, a lot of us, you know, see him, but we never talk to him." I was like, "Stop playing," you know, because, you know, I don't work there anymore. Not because of that, but I mean, I didn't never work at nighttime anymore because of that. But she said, "Yeah, we see him from time to time, but he never says anything." I was like, "How can you be comfortable with actually sitting here telling me that you see this man?" But that's the first time I've ever seen something to that nature with the residents. And I kind of figure since a lot of residents has passed away there that, you know, the spirit kind of lingers on, you know, within the building. But he's the only one that I've seen because he didn't look threatening, you know, or anything. But, you know, I guess it's okay, but I don't know. I like your show. I hope to hear this one on your podcast, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.
I think that is interesting that she not only heard him, like finished yet, then she turns around and he's standing there.
I think industrial situations, and by industrial, I'm referring to institutionalized medicine, like a resident home, like a hospital, like schools. For some reason, they are just vibrating with energy from the past. And I think that is a commonplace that you can find those kind of residual hauntings.
I think too, like, as Lisa was saying, and we've talked about theaters and places like that, train stations, whatever, where there's just been a lot of people that come and go. I just wonder if the activity of those people ramp things up. Like, with all the many lives that have come and gone from those places, something's got to be left behind.
Yeah. And then when you have in a nursing facility like that, people do pass away all the time.
Yeah.
And so that would create a whole nother level of energy and
exactly
emotion. And because there'd be a lot of emotions. I worked in a place like that, and there would be some months that would be really, really hard. Winter months. And where you'd lose a lot of patients because you'd get close to them. And so it's very emotional. It's very sad. And, and I don't know. It sounds like everybody else knew about this guy.
Don't you find that something that happens, though, in places like hospitals, like theaters, like schools, like residential homes, where somebody sees something like, I just saw a guy in a red plaid shirt in the basement. What? And somebody else goes, "Oh yeah, that's George. Did you not know about it? We have a ghost. His name is George. He's down in the basement. You may occasionally see him every once, nothing to worry about." But it's usually after somebody says, "I saw the weirdest thing." That, oh yeah, that's such and such. It's just like everybody knows we have it.
And that's kind of what happened to her.
Right. Exactly. And that seems to be the story that happens in a lot of these places because they become desensitized to it. And they don't think to tell the newbie, "Hey, we've got a ghost. You might see him."
But then again, they may not say anything. We just had a story a little while ago about not telling somebody that visited your house that it was haunted. Same thing. If they don't experience it, you may not want to mention that. Because you might seem like the crazy one.
Maybe they never will.
Seem like the crazy one.
Right.
And let's be real. In a nursing facility, it's very hard to find help. Last thing you want to do is be like, "Oh, and by the way, this place is haunted."
Yes, that's actually very true.
They'll find a job someplace else.
Yes.
Because they are all hiring all the time.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, Todd, when you worked at the radio station that was haunted, Did you tell newbies coming in, oh, by the way, you might see something?
I mean, we did just because we wanted to scare the shit out of them and keep them in line. I mean, I think it's one of the first things I said to Tony when I hired him was like, this place is haunted. So if you mess around, if you fuck around, you're going to find out. I got to tell a quick story about one time Tony was there. I think it was his second go around at the station because he was a little bit older. And we were sitting around one day telling ghost stories in the studio. And it was me, another guy, and Tony, maybe one other person. And all of a sudden, the electricity in the studio kept shutting off and turning on. Okay. But it never took us off the air. It was only dealing with the equipment that couldn't take us off the air. So the on-air automation stayed on, the board stayed on, but the lights would go off. Some of the equipment in the racks would turn off and then turn back on. Tony got so wound up, he just started screaming. And actually, he was like, "You better stop it!" And then this is Tony, and I think Carol, you will appreciate this. He goes, "Stop doing this, you goat fucker!" And then
What?
You have to know Tony. It makes sense if you know Tony. Stop doing this, you goat fucker!
He's trying to shock it into stopping.
Right? Which did not help the situation.
That is a weird thing to happen, though.
Yes. Usually a studio's on one or two breakers, blah, blah, blah. But it was literally like the studio, everything would go off and back on, except for the stuff that literally kept us on the air.
Because, a lot of places have a generator, but even then it would be this momentary click, click.
Right. Yeah, well, trust me. This place was a dump. We did not have a generator.
Yeah, because they are not cheap.
No, everything was run off as an extension cord up down the hallway, up the set of stairs to somebody's kitchen,
So part of the studio was hooked up to one kitchen, and the other part of the studio was hooked up to the living room.
And somebody was turning on the garbage disposal, which made all the power go down.
That's what it was. We just debunked that whole thing.
We did. You goat fucker.
You'll have to tell Tony. Guess what? We debunked it.
We debunked it for you.
Well, share your ghost stories with us if you've got one. You can write it in at realghoststoriesonline.com. Call it in 855-853-4802. Hit subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you want to become a premium subscriber, get advanced episodes access to the archive, no commercials. Sign up through Apple Podcasts or patreon.com/realghoststories. And for all of us here at Real Ghost Stories Online, thank you for listening.